In ancient times, the riches of Arabia and the Far East, on its way to Western markets, passed through this rocky wilderness. Dust rose above endless camel caravans winding through the canyons. The now still air rang with shouts of tired drivers and tinkling camels' bells. In this arid region, any place with extensive freshwater springs became a crossroads. There were such springs in and around a certain hidden valley. The Edomites, nomadic raiders who looted the caravans, first used the valley to hide their plunder. Control of the valley was won from them by the Nabateans, another nomadic tribe. By 200 BC, it became a crossroads of the ancient trade world. The ambitious Nabateans collected tolls from caravans in return for water, protection, and facilities for exchange of goods. As they grew in numbers and power, they developed the valley with its easily defended heights into a permanent stronghold, and finally into a city called Petra. Nabatean artisans cut steps leading up to religious and strategic high points. Crude rock-hewn caves were utilized by the growing population for shops and storehouses, where frankincense, gold, myrrh, aloes, cinnamon, and spices were unloaded and re-caravanned to points north and west. From these humble beginnings grew Petra, beautiful capital of the Nabatean trade empire, a thriving yet remote city. As Petra expanded, its far-ranging traders were exposed to the culture of many lands. They saw and admired Egyptian, and then Greek architecture, and returned to carve imitations of the designs into the colored sandstone. At length, Petra's wealth and power challenged and tempted the Romans. And in the 2nd century AD, Petra fell to Roman legions. But the Nabateans absorbed their conqueror's culture. Their most recent temples are in the Roman style. A single gorge was the main highway into Petra. Channels cut into the steep sides brought fresh water into the city from nearby springs. Deep down in this gorge protected from wind and rain, stands the temple of Al-Khazneh, a magnificent two-story facade. The temple's interior is scarcely more than a cave, but Al-Khazneh's exterior remains an astonishing symbol of late Hellenistic design buried in the wilderness of the Middle East. With the Roman triumph, the east-west caravan route was replaced by a north-south route, which bypassed Petra. Its lifeblood cut off, Petra gradually withered. The industrious life of the valley city came to an end. Caravans no longer stopped. The great center of a trading empire became a city of the dead. Today, flowers cover the level valley floor, where homes once stood. Occasionally, a lone Bedouin might drive his flocks to one of the valley's springs. Or archaeologists arrive to probe further into Petra's crowded history. But the only living things that still take nourishment from Petra's springs are the flowers, mute and vivid in the silent valley of red sandstone tombs and a dead civilization.